Hi, beautiful souls. This is Lynni from Lynni's Brilliant Sparkling Light, Lynn Goldberg. And today's Oracle reading for Tuesday, November 24th is really amazing and juicy and deep. We're using Scott Alexander King's The Animal Dreaming Oracle, Rosy Aronson,'s The Wisdom Keepers, and we're using the Native Heart Healing Oracle, the beautiful mandala at the top by Melanie Ware. So let's, I want this to be a short video, but it's very rich. So let me see if I can make it under 10 minutes. And thanks for joining me whenever you're joining me. And if you followed me at all, I like to start by letting us take a few deep breaths together to connect, because wherever you are, it's always now. So I like to suggest that we breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth, and just ground and center with a few slow, deep breaths. You can go at your own pace, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And it helps you lower your cortisol, that thing that gets kicked up with stress. And in through your nose, and out through your mouth. And you might even make that little sighing noise to just release any fears and worries and doubts. And it's so perfect to segue into our first card, which is the snake came forward, which is transfiguration. And I also think of the snake as transformation and rebirth. So it's card number 14 in the Animal Dreaming deck. And 14 is 1 and 4 energy, which equals 5. And it's a beautiful card, and there's a lot of synchronistic connections in this oracle reading today, because our second card is 45. So it has that 4 energy and the 5 energy, and when you add them, it's 9. And our third card is 9, conscious channeling by Melanie Ware, that beautiful mandala, the Native Heart Healing Oracle. So everything sort of flows into each other. So the snake energy, snake is inviting us. Snake sheds its skin. It's inviting us to shed our fears and worries and doubts, to look if we have any grievances or anything that's sort of festering in our mental, realm, but it's going to manifest in our physical realm. So I believe that the snake can show us that we can shed our skin, shed our old ways of being. That being is just something we choose. We're not stuck with a way of being. We can choose a new way of being. We can shed our skin and become a new person, a new being, something that's more in alignment with what we would love and what is, juicy and joyous to us. So I know that's counterintuitive too, to think we can change who we think we are, that we're stuck being this certain kind of person. But I don't think that's true, especially when we connect to spirit, which is also part of the snake message, about really tapping in and coming back and deepening and anchoring our relationship to spirit. And then if we were to move on, I'm sorry, I got too excited. I just also want to say, I know snake can be the yin yang energy. It can be both lunar and solar energy, masculine and feminine. And we are coming up in about a week, Monday, early on Monday morning in the Pacific Northwest. I think it's 1-something a.m., maybe 1:14. We're going to have our full moon in Gemini. It's also a partial, lunar eclipse. But today the moon is in Aries. And the snake is fiery, so it kind of does speak to that. Moon in Aries is also fire energy. Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. Maybe helping us to kicking us into action, to take those actions, to release or look at what might be holding us back. Do we still harbor some old resentments? Do we still have fears? And if we look at them, if we bring them to the light, ask, are they really true? Because fear is just false evidence appearing real. And I like to bring in the Course in Miracles sometimes because, the inherent guidance from the Course in Miracles can all be boiled down to nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God, or herein lies the peace of Source or Spirit, however you want to say it. So moving on to Synergy, our 45, it's a gift of synergy. It's from Rosy Aronson, and this beautiful wisdom keeper. One of the first lines from the book is also about taking a leap of faith and letting go of our fears. It's from the Synergy gift to us. And there's a quote by Richard Rudd. Let's see, I don't know, I didn't have it ready, but I'm drawn to read it to you. The person who received the gene keys, and these wisdom keepers are parallel to the gene keys, to the I Ching, the 64 hexagrams, and to the 64 codons in your DNA. And the quote is, ultimately, any system that has been built on a foundation of fear will by its very nature crumble. So in my gift to you, this wisdom keeper says, as I was saying, I'm here to encourage you to take a leap and let go of your fears. It's about creating synergistic collaboration. Goodwill wins in the end. And competition is on the way out. So where are we in competition with each other, or maybe even competition with yourself? Maybe your more human ego self and your spiritual self. Maybe we're not embracing all of us and just accepting who we are. And I think I'm going to stop there because there's so much. There are journaling questions for contemplation, and there's a whole wisdom story. And if you want to know more, you can always reach out to me or get your own reading where you get your own wisdom keeper, either in the reading at hand or I'm also have a new year ahead reading. It's a it's a power tower for the year ahead, where there's this beautiful wisdom keeper. Well, not this exact one, the one that comes forward for you for your year ahead. But lastly, let's move on to our channeling, conscious channeling, this beautiful mandala that tells us or guides us to let us know that everyone can channel, and that we don't have to try to connect to Source or Spirit, that it's not about initiating the connection with Spirit, because we're never separated. It's allowing ourselves to be a conduit to higher consciousness and guidance, and remain open to receiving and trusting that guidance can be delivered in countless ways. And part of the guidance is also that just because maybe you don't, I think we all channel. We channel when we write a book, or we create a poem, or we write music, or sometimes we say something to somebody. It's just the perfect thing, and we think, how did I say that? We're always channeling, and sometimes maybe it doesn't look the way we think it should or could or whatever look. But this mandala acknowledges that we all have that ability, and just to be open that it might not look that way, that we all have our own unique way of channeling. And of course, if you have this oracle deck, there's a beautiful meditation to do to connect to your guidance and higher self. And it involves using the heart chakra mandala and the crown chakra mandala as well. But I think the guidance today is to really deepen our connection to our inner being, to spirit, to source, to shed our fear, to shed old ways of being, and we can rebirth ourselves and step into new possibility and a new day. So with that, I think I'm going to say ciao for now and lots of love.